Okay. Just gotta wait for a few more people to get in here, and then we will get going. Okay. Just gotta wait for a few more people to get in here, and then we will get going. Okay. So we're just waiting on 2 more people. Click star. Did you sign up or did you just not get an invite? I do not know. Okay, I'm pretty sure we're just waiting on 1 more person in here. I'm having problems. Okay, so who are we missing? Okay, so I'm gonna figure out who we're missing. Looks like we are missing Click star. You are not in this heat race. We're missing its vapor. Does anyone know if he's actually racing tonight? Or I'll send him an invite. We're missing its vapor in this heat race. So I'm gonna send. Oh, he's in here now. Okay, cool. Cool. So it looks like we're ready to go. You gotta remember to change the track. That would stink to forget to do that. Okay, so now it looks like we're ready to go, and we're gonna get going for Heat 1. Yeah, we're doing Heat 2 after this. Okay, so we just gotta get everyone in here with their setups in, and then we will get underway with Heat 1. Okay, so everyone is all ready up, so we'll get going now. Why don't we watch Squall A off the start? Since he was able to beat Axis' win streak. Squall A actually pulls the whole shot. Looking to maybe do exactly what he did last week, this week. Cheesehead's getting the worst shot of everyone in the group. Meanmug up into second. Gets Vapor third. Ardizzle now back in 11. Ardizzle, one of the heavy hitters in the group. Let's see if he can weave his way through the traffic. A little bit short on the triple. Squall A already pulling a bit of a gap over second place. He's definitely slowing again tonight like he was last week. We got Winter right behind him. Winter gonna maybe make a move like inside, does not. Taking different lines for this section, so we'll see which one ends up being faster. Looks like Meadmug actually pulls a little bit. And him is a pretty big battle. Oh, look at they're getting a little into each other there. Slurp landing on Sutherland. He goes right back up in 6th place. Like Ardizzle still in 9th, not really making his way through the pack, just making mistakes. It's like Squall A just absolutely pulling away from everyone. Winter in 2nd though. Big gap over Meanmug. Meanmug probably just got around Meanmug on the inside. So, it's Vapor up into the transfer spot. Cheesehead's in 5th, looking to make his way up to Vapor to qualify straight through to the main. Baser and Meanmug. Sutherland. The Cheesehead isn't really catching Vapor, but Vapor is catching up to Parker, maybe past him to get off in the bubble. Down. Now Slurp losing that 5th place position, trying to get up into that 4th place so they don't have to go to the LCQ. Slurp catching up to Vapor. See if he can give Vapor a run for the transfer spot and make something happen. Turn down the volume. It seems really loud on the screen. Put it to there for now. Okay, so So it's looking like Slurp definitely reeling in his Vapor. Squall with a huge lead with Winter in second with a little bit of a lead over Parker. And then Vapor not with a pretty far behind Parker. But yeah, Slurp right on Vapor now. Looks like he just caged the double into the Dragon's back. So Slurp needs to stop with those little mistakes there, otherwise he will lose his chance at getting around Vapor. Rd.5 up to 6th place though, he started last. So it could become a three-way battle pretty quick here if Rd.5 catches up. So it looks like Slurp makes the move around Vapor on the outside. We'll see if Vapor makes him. No, he does not try to cut down in the next corner. So Vapor losing the transfer spot. It's like Cheesehead's got around Dizzle, but then Cheesehead's went off the track, so Dizzle got back around him. So Dizzle has quite a bit of way to go now if he wants to try to make that transfer spot, as he might be going to the LCQ. Looks like Winter is caught up to Parker. You know, Parker got around Winter, but now Parker went down and Winter got back around him. So these two have been battling. Slurp has gotten into the mix. So, looks like Parker's falling back from Winter after getting around him. I think he lost a little bit of the flow that he had. It's like Beza just flying off the side of the track. Not really sure what happened there. If he accidentally scrubbed on the face of the jump. But it did not look like he intended to do that. Parker's caught back up to Winter. So we might see a battle between these two in the next few laps. Looks like Vapor's just falling back from that transfer spot. Just can't get the speed together. Catch up to Slurp. So Winter makes a mistake and it allows Parker to get by him. Doesn't really change anything other than just having a little bit less of a cushion in between the transfer spot after a few mistakes. It's like Slurp is now reeling him in as he makes another mistake. So Winter dropped back from 2nd to 4th in pretty much half a lap. So Vapor is pretty close to Winter now. He might be able to get that transfer spot if he can just put some laps together. This track is one of the longer tracks we've raced this season. So it's looking like this is probably going to be 2 to go, depending on how fast these guys hit this next lap. So Rd.5 looks like he's reeling in into Vapor. It's going to be very tough for him to make it to that transfer spot. Squall with just an insane lead over everyone else.
It's Vapor is losing a little bit of ground on Winter. Vapor's gonna have to hope for a few more mistakes from him. It's gonna be close to see if Squale makes it before time. See if he checks up or not. No, so it's still gonna be 2 laps to go now. So he added quite a bit of time to this race. Could have had time to check up and slow down. This is just gonna allow more time for Winter to possibly make some mistakes. Mug did start out really high up, second place off the start. I think he's dropped back to 10th. Not really having the best of race. So yeah, looks like Winter is able to kind of hold it together. He's pulling on It's Vapor and Ardizzle. Looks like as I say that, he just crashes before the whoops. Before the whoops is probably one of the worst places to crash on any track because you just lose all momentum. So It's Vapor able to reel him in just a little bit. Winter can't make any more mistakes now. Vapor just cut down that split from 10 seconds to 3 seconds. Just shows how one mistake can really just ruin your race. Winter kind of holding on by a thread right now. Vapor not really having the fastest of laps, but he's been the most consistent for sure. Haven't seen any mistakes from him. He's just riding his laps, kind of hoping mistakes in other people. It's the final lap now. Squale's got a huge gap between second place. Looks like there is a lapper in between first and second right now. So hopefully the lapper doesn't become a problem. Looks like he waits up on the inside of the triple. I hope that he lets Slurp by too. Looks like he's gonna go to the inside. So he lets both of them by. Really nice to see when lappers let people go by and don't try to take people out. Squale taking the win. Looks like Parker is going to take second in the heat race. Slurp coming across in third. Winter holding on. Had a few mistakes in the race, but in the end was able to hold on to fourth from that transfer spot. It's Vapor running consistent laps, but just isn't able to make it happen. Takes home fifth. Ardizzle having a terrible start, working his way up to sixth, and then it kind of just stopped there. So Squale first, Parker second, Slurp third, Winter fourth, Vapor fifth, Ardizzle sixth, Cheesehead seventh, Beza eighth, Savalance ninth, Mean Mug 10th, and Vivid Suffix in 11th. Just gotta get Heat 2 set up. And then we'll get going. Gotta get the invites in for this race. Heat 2. It's probably the most boring part of the night. Got 3 more invites to send. Alright, so I've sent the invites out now, so now we just gotta wait for everyone to get in the race. Looks like a lot of people are joining up fast here. Just waiting on 4 more people to join. Looks like a lot of people are joining fast here. Click start. I don't know if you can be able to race. Forgot to sneak you into the heat 1. You might be able to get into LCQ if people don't show up. We'll see if everyone shows up for this race. If not everyone shows up for this one, then you will be in. Okay, looks like we're just waiting on 2 more people now. Looks like we're waiting on Dynamic Snipes and It's Hockey Drew. So we'll send those 2 one more invite. Right, so I sent those 2 another invite. They should be joining up any second. Okay. Does anybody know if those 2 are still racing? So that is Hockey Drew. What do we know about Dynamic Snipes? Is he racing still, or did he have to do something? Alright, you can send him one. If not, we will get Clickstar into the race. Alright, thank you for sending him the invites. Doesn't look like he's joining up though. So I'm going to send Clickstar an invite. I'm checking with Okay, I'm inviting Clicks right now since Dynamic's not joining up. So I sent Clicks his invite now. So yeah, now Clicks has the invite. But he joins up here pretty fast. There he is. I got all my settings right. It's all readied up, so let's get Heat 2 underway. Okay, just gotta wait for everyone to put their setups in, and then we will get going. Heat 2. Waiting on Willie Bars to get his setup in. Looks like he did that, so we are going to get going. Since Wheelie Bars was the creator of the track, we will give him a watch off the start. Looks like he actually gets a pretty decent gate press. Oh, he gets kind of glitch crash. But it's Hockey Drew in collusion, kind of tied off the start. It's Hockey Drew though getting the better end of the second corner. So he's going to take the whole shot there. Clickstar getting by him on the inside in the next corner. So Clickstar out with a nice lead after the third corner. Hockey Drew is right on him though. So any mistake from him as he just flies off the back of the bike. Looks like he's gonna drop back to 7th place. By all the chaos right now. It's like Willie Bars recovered it up to 4th after crashing in the first corner. The bike in the middle of the track, that was Tommy Wack's bike. Kind of messes him up, and he maintained his position because he passed and then got lost. It's Hockey Drew with a huge lead right now. It's like Axis is second. Looks like Tommy Wack all the way back to 12th. So a series of bad events just kind of dropped him back. Looks like Wheelie Bars up to 11th. Luke Spark. Wheelie bar must have made a few mistakes. Down to 11. I don't know why I said up to 11. Looks like Axis is reeling in its Hockey Drew a little bit. Collusion's still in third. Got Clapper in fourth. Looks like Quickstar just got stuck on the side of a berm, so he loses all the positions he made up. Iowa Hawkeyes got around Rom to get into fourth place. So right now, it's Hockey Drew, Axis, Collusion, and Iowa Hawkeyes sitting in the transfer spots. Rom just outside in fifth though, so he's getting a run around the outside and try to cut underneath. No, he just stays right behind. And try to out-rhythm him in this next section. Looks like he's able to stay right there. Doesn't get what he wanted to do through there. Makes a little mistake, but he recovers nicely. And he's right on Iowa Hawkeyes again. Ron is right there. Ron trying to go to the inside of Iowa Hawkeyes. Looks like Rom's not really trying to make a move, but he just crashes in that corner. So Clapper moving up and doesn't get around him actually. Stays right there. Clapper's definitely going to try to get around him. Wheelie Bar's up to 7th after being down in 11th for that little bit. Looks like Clickstar in 10th still. Not really moving up. Yoshimura in 12th. Just not having a good night for him. He does have to get into 11th though, because otherwise he will not be in the LCQ. Actually, never mind. He has to be up in 10th. Up to 10th in order to make it past the LCQ. He's got some work ahead of him to try to make it up to Clickstar. Two fast guys. Clickstar, that was a quick line by him. Looks like he quadded in after the finish line. It's a line that I haven't seen. Clickstar getting a little bit crazy there. A little bit of an overturn. I'm gonna give him a little bit of a warning for that though. That's just kind of crazy driving. Axis up to first. Looks like I missed a little action there. It's like it's Hockey Drew is still right behind him though. Collusion still in third, and Iowa Hawkeyes. Looks like the top 5 has staying the same since the pretty much start of the race. Looks like Clickstar leaves the lobby. Not sure if that was a rage quit or a leg out. Tough break for him. It's like Axis. Collusion's not letting Axis and its Hockey Drew get away at all. Staying right there with them. It's like Luke Sparks and Yoshimura having a bit of a battle. They are both teammates for Press X Racing. Who's ever in 10th is the one that's moving on to the LCQ. So it's kind of an urgent battle, but it looks like Luke Sparks crashes and crashes again. So Luke Sparks is dropping back and getting those the main event ticket kind of just taken away at him. Goes off the berm again, so Luke Sparks just kind of falling apart right now. Yoshimura gets around wheelie bars as wheelie bars messes up the step-on-step offs. Looks like Tommy Wack and Clapper battling for 7th. Tommy Wack taking the low line and getting around Clapper. Looks like he hits a tough block. Still able to make the second double, but Clapper tries to boot up the inside, but bounces off of him and gets stuck on the tough block. Looks like Yoshimura and Willie Bar still battling over that 9th place position. Willie Bar goes down again. Doesn't look like Luke Sparks is really close enough to capitalize, but Willie Barge goes down again. So now Luke Sparks is kind of in that range where he could get around him. Collusion getting around. It's Hockey Drew. It's Hockey Drew trying to get him back though. Railing around the corners. Hockey Drew is right there on him. Looks like it's Hockey Drew kind of using the tough block to turn up against. Get around the corner a little bit faster. Collusion goes too far outside. Oh, that was close. Oh. But Collusion dropping back to 4th. The Iowa Hawkeyes in 3rd now. After that long mistake. Really large mistake. He lost a lot of time over that. Looks like Rom is really far back from Collusion. So even after all the chaos, Rom is still too far back to make anything happen. There's a 15-second gap between him and Collusion. We'll have to see if that gap shortens at all in these next 2 laps. Axis just getting to the finish line in time. It's like Squale's race when he was the leader. So it's like Collusion catching up to Iowa Hawkeyes. Gonna maybe try to pass him these next 2 laps before the race ends. Axis with a 10-second lead over It's Hockey Drew. So Axis is just putting laps together. Collusion definitely getting even closer to Iowa Hawkeyes. It's like Collusion gonna make a move on the inside, but decides not to. Gonna try to out-rhythm him in this section. We've seen this plenty of times. Looks like he gets his back tire on Iowa Hawkeye's back, goes around him, bounces off of him, and takes the position away. So Collusion up to 3rd. Iowa Hawkeyes in 4th. I think there's a 3-way battle for for 6th. Between Tommy Wack, Clapper, and Windex. It's like Clapper trying to make the move on Windex. Windex goes down. So Tommy Wack now up into 7th and Clapper up to 6th. So Axel with just a half a lap to go for him to take the heat race win. There's a lot of people that are heavy hitters that are going to the LCQ. Got Rom, Tommy Wack, Clapper, Yoshimura, all top 5 guys. Usually make the major. You're gonna have to go to the LCQ. Only 4 of them move on. That's along with Ardizzle, who is in Heat 1. It's gonna be a very interesting LCQ. So Axe is taking the win. It's Hockey Drew into 2nd. Collusion 3rd. Iowa Hawkeyes 4th. It's like Rom gonna come by in 5th, just outside of the transfer spot. Clapper in 6th. So Axe is 1st. It's Hockey Drew 2nd. Collusion 3rd. Iowa Hawkeyes 4th. Rom 5th. Clapper 6th. Tommy Wack 7th. Yoshimura 8th. L. Windex 9th. And Willie Bars 10th. Followed by Luke Sparks in 11th. So that was Heat 2. Now we just had to get the LCQ going. LCQ is only a 5-minute race when the top 5 make it. Thought it was top 4. It's looking like we changed up how it goes a little bit. So I might have been mistaken. And the top 5 actually move on from the heat race. I was thinking top 4 moved on from the heat race. So my mistake. Just got to get the LCQ invites out. All right, so invites are out for the LCQ. Try to get everyone into here. And then we'll get going. Not sure what that beep was, but very interesting noise. Then we'll get going. Not sure what that beep was. All right, so it looks like we're just waiting on 3 more people. Looks like we are waiting on 2 more people now. Okay, so we're waiting on Vivid Suffix and Beza. Actually, no, not Beza. We got Beza in here. So, Vivid Suffix and Saviland. So, Vivid Suffix and Saviland. I don't know why it took me so long to figure out. Got my dog barking in the background. That's always nice. Sent those 2 guys one more invite. If they do not join up here soon, I do have 2 alternates to try. Yeah, I just said that I did that. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna invite the alternates now. Alright, so I sent the alternates invites now. And if they do not join up, we're just gonna have to go into this LCQ with 10 people. What sounds like stereo when it's something like that. Okay, so I guess nobody wants to join right now. Sending them one more invite. If they not join up here, we're just gonna get going with the LCQ. Okay, so we just got 2 people to join. Looks like it was Tyler BMX and Mac Attack. So we are going into the LCQ with the full gate. top two move on, and it's a short race. So it's going to be a pretty crazy race now. Checking my settings one last time. Okay, so let's get going with this LCQ. When is up in my head? Alright, so just gotta wait for everyone to put in their setups, and we will be good to go. Just waiting on Willie Bars to put in his setup. And there we go. So now we're going on the LCQ. Mean Mug pulled the whole shot and almost pulled the whole shot in his race, so we'll give him a watch on the start. Looks like he's really late on the jump. Our Dizzle right there on the whole shot, but Cheesehead's ultimately taking it. Mac Attack second though. Now he got back to third. It'd be pretty cool if the alternate was able to sneak his way to the top two. So Art is out with an early start. Definitely does not want to miss the main event, especially how he was your 250 champion. Willie Bars is up in the second. Willie Bars known for getting some good starts. Hopefully he can keep it together this race. Clapper in third, Mac Attack fourth. So these two very much have a chance. Tommy Wack getting a little aggressive there. Gonna have to give him a warning. If he slams someone in the corner again like that, it's definitely gonna be a kick. If he gets a little sketchy there, goes over the bars. The Clapper's up to second. Got around Willie Bars. The Clapper in that transfer spot. He's gonna just try to pull away from the pack. Looks like Dizzle left a couple tough blocks in the track for everyone. It's like Willie Bars trying to make his way back from that transfer spot. Not exactly sure what happened that sent him back. I guess it was just a little mistake. So we gotta try to square him up. Looks like he's gonna make a run. Case is a double. He wasn't able to do what he wanted to in that next section. Looks like the top four are pretty separated from everyone else right now. My dog barking again. Just cheering on everyone. The Clapper sitting in second pretty good right now. Mean Mug in third, not really gaining too much on Clapper, just kind of looking for a few mistakes. Looks like Clapper does make a mistake. So Mean Mug is right there now. Might be able to make something happen. Tommy Wack up to fourth. Looks like Loose and Windex rage quits. Oh, call him Lucid, his name used to be. Looks like McIntyre goes down. So Tommy Wack has been railing through the pack right now. He might be able to sneak into that second place spot if he keeps up his pace. Looks like Clapper is right on Dizzle though. So Clapper definitely trying to just race as fast as he can right now. Does not want to get sent out of the out of the thing. Everyone from 5th down to 11th is all grouped up right now. I think they're having some pretty insane races. So Tommy Wack is making a few little mistakes right now. Lands on a tough block, so that's kind of ruined his run that he was having. So hard to make up the time after crashing once in just 2 laps. So right now, Ardizzle chilling first, not really nervous about anything. Clapper sitting pretty good in second. Nothing will really happen to him unless he makes a mistake. It's like Mean Mug is trying to catch up, but it's just so hard to do so on a track that's all about being consistent. Looks like Tommy Wack getting around Mean Mug and going into that 3rd place. Clapper is in his sights though. So Tommy Wack, even after his crash, still able to gain some time. This could turn into a very good last lap race. Tommy Wack keeps his speed. Looks like Tyler BMX either legged or rage quit. Tommy Wack almost going too high in that berm, but he holds it together. Tommy Wack doing what he needs to do, but Clapper is just being way too fast and consistent on this lap. Tommy Wack gets a little bit more speed to the whoops. Looks like it's going to come down to the line in this race. Tommy Wack just being a bit faster in every whoop section. Tommy Wack is right on Clapper now. He's got 2 corners to go. Can Tommy Wack make it happen? Gonna have to cut to the inside. Tommy Wack goes for the takeout and makes it happen. So Tommy Wack taking the transfer spot. If Clapper would have just gone to the inside, he would have had that. I'm not sure why he went to the outside there, but he gave away that transfer spot. He completely left that door open. And I would say 9 out of 10 people would take that opportunity. It's like Willie Bar's doing some donuts and wheelies in the final corner. So Ardizzle taking the win in the heat in the LCQ, and Tommy Wack with his insane last lap run and final corner pass takes that 2nd place position. Clapper just missed out. He would have cut to that inside in the final corner. He for sure would have had that transfer spot. All right, so we just got to get the main event going. That was an insane end to an LCQ. Tommy Wack definitely got the hard charger award from that race. Willie, but I'm not quite sure who's hosting the B main yet. Once we get the A main together, though, it should be up on the website. All right. We just gotta get these invites out, and then we will be underway. We are doing gate picks for the top two in each heat race. Looks like Yoshimura isn't liking the track tonight. It's a pretty difficult track. You have to stay super consistent in everything you do. Halfway done with the edits right now. I don't know why I said edits. I'm adding people into the race. Thinking about getting a capture card so that way I can stream off of my PC, and then we can have like the stream overlays. I can do intros and stuff like that. So I don't know what y'all think of that. If you guys do, if any of you guys watching actually have a capture card that you're trying to sell or something, just message me on my Instagram or message IOMA. So I would definitely be interested in taking that. Right, so invites are out for the main event. Looks like people are liking Willie Bar's tracks. Definitely got their own style and feel. It's pretty sick how Squall got a gate pick without me even having to change anything. So Axis wanting gate 3. It's not letting me choose gate 3. So we might just have to go gate 4 for Axis. And it's Hockey Drew wanting gate 11. Gotta join up in the lobby. Parker wanting 6th gate pick. And Squale wants 5th gate. Parker 6th. Axis, why is this so annoying? Okay, I don't know why it keeps on switching everything around. But it looks like we got that figured out. So we just need It's Hockey Drew to join up now. It's Hockey Drew and one other person. It's like it's Hockey Drew and it's Hockey Drew and Vapor. Both also late. We're a little bit late for the first heat race. It's Hockey Drew now. We just need Vapor in here. I will get It's Hockey Drew's gate pick though. Looks like we got Vapor in here. So now I just gotta edit. It's Hockey Drew wanted gate 11. And now that opened up gate 3 for Axis. And then so we're checking Parker wanted 6th. Squale wanted 5th. So we got all of the gates good right now. All right. So those are the gate picks for the top 2 in heat race. Gotta wait on everyone to ready up. I cannot forget to change the track. That would stink. All right. So we got newest IOMA Esports Rd.5. All right. So now everyone's ready up. So let's get this main event underway. So we're getting some early top 5s. You got Axis, Squale, Hockey, Iowa did. That's a pretty good top 5. Dizzle was really fast in that LCQ, so hopefully he can redeem himself from that first heat race. All right, so now we just are gonna get this underway. Okay, so main event's gonna go. think we're gonna want to watch Axis off the start. Axis doesn't get that good of a jump, but it's looking like Squale, his gate pick, looking like he allowed himself to take the whole shot. His main goal is going to want to be to run away like he was able to do last week when he took the win. He's got It's Hockey Drew right behind him though. It's like actually never. Okay, that was kind of weird with the camera there, but It's Hockey Drew is right behind him. So he's going to have to just run his race and not worry about the people behind him. Tommy Wack in third. Tommy Wack had an insane run in the LCQ. Coming back from almost last. Passing for second place in the last corner. It's like he's trying to save himself. He was able to do though, but now he has a terrible run in the whoops. Axis up to fourth. So even though he didn't get the greatest jump, he's able to make it work. Start making passes. I think he goes off the side of the track, lands on some tough blocks and dies. Looks like Ardizzle up into fifth now. Ardizzle did not have a good heat race. He was in last pretty much from the beginning. He was able to work his way up to sixth. Just one spot out of transfer. So Ardizzle probably hoping to do a little bit better than he did in the heat races in this main event. Squale opening a little gap over its Hockey Drew, but not too much. Definitely doing what he needs to do though. Willie Bars definitely did a good job. He made this track, so you have to be very, very precise. It's all about consistency. Parker sitting in third. Parker definitely a contender to win. He's always been top three. Hopefully he can just make it happen one day. It's like Axis is down in seventh still. This man is not going for Axis. Axis has been used to playing on the PS5, but he is back on the PS4 today. So he's kind of, I wouldn't say not 100%, but he's definitely not 100%. Just needs to try everything he can to keep his points, not lose too much. Squale definitely pulling right now on the Hockey Drew. Hockey Drew pulling a little bit on Parker, so everyone's kind of separating. Looks like there's a pretty good battle for eighth between Ram and Slurp. They'll square up each other. Slurp's gonna try to make a move around the outside. Gets the drive. Looks like Ram jumps a little far. Slurp cuts underneath. Kind of pushes Ram off the track. Give him a little warning for that. Just not nail people into the corners. Axe is making a run on the whoops on Tommy Wack, so Axe is up to fifth now. Looks like he makes a mistake in the long rhythm though. Looks like there's a battle for the lead right now. It's Hockey Drew has caught up to Squale. Hockey Drew's been all over Squale this entire race. None of them have really made any mistakes. It's like it's Hockey Drew gonna get a run up the inside. Decides to follow. Makes a little mistake there. Front tire goes a little bit high. like it's Hockey Drew staying right there with Squall. Doesn't want him to get away. There's a lot of cameras in the car. The flash is pretty big. Looks like it's Hockey Drew making a move up the inside. Just barely fit in between the tough block and Squall. Squall dropped down to second. It's like Axis is caught up to Parker. So Axis working his way through the pack. It's a pretty common thing to see with him. It's Hockey Drew. Really nice pass on Squall, and now he is pulling away. Be interesting to see if he could win tonight. For season 1, it's Hockey Drew was always second to Axis. It'd be cool if he could finally take a win. Looks like Artis staying right there with Axis and Parker. Not letting them get away. Like Axis tried making a move on Parker there, messes up. Screws up the long rhythm again. Covers nicely though. Trying to stay right there, not trying to pass too early to put himself in a spot where he loses time. I think he's going to try to maybe go to the inside here. Does go to the inside. Parker cuts down, but isn't able to get the drive to get back around him. So our Dizzle sitting in fourth behind Parker and Axis as they're battling. Doesn't really gain any time during all that. There appears to be a three-way battle right now for ninth between Iowa Hawkeyes, Ron, and Winter. Like Winter gets a little, no, Ron gets a little crazy there. Drops back to 11, loses a bunch of time. Oh, so Winter hits a tough block, but his bike takes out Iowa Hawkeyes. That causes Rom to actually make a run on the outside. So Rom moving up into ninth after crashing. Like Axis just went down. Artis though trying to make a move around him. Actually try to square him up. Nope, decides to jump into the corner. Almost spins around. So right now, as it goes, since it is about halfway through the race, we got It's Hockey Drew in first. Squall right behind him though, not giving him any room. Parker in third. Axis fourth. Artizzle fifth. Tommy Wax sixth. Collusion in seventh. Slurp in eighth. Winter in ninth. Ramen 10th, Iowa Hawkeyes in 11th, And it's Vapor in 12th. Looks like Rom and Winter are battling right now. So Squale up into first now. Looks like It's Hockey Drew must have crashed. So Squale back up into first. Pretty huge gap. So It's Hockey Drew must have made a pretty big mistake for that big of a gap to be made. Axis moving up into third. Looks like Parker made a mistake. So Ardizel in fourth now too. So the whole top five shuffled it around in just the last lap. Squale now. 6-second lead over It's Hockey Drew. Now he has a lot of cushion space and he can just run his own laps. It's like Parker and Dizzle are battling. Fourth place. It's going to be interesting to see if Parker's going to be able to get back around him. Winter, Iowa, and Rom are still battling for all of these laps. These three have been going at it pretty much all race. Axis is on It's Hockey Drew now. As I see that, he just crashes in the corner. Loses all the time he made up. So Parker and Artis are now on Axis. Looks like Slurp and Collusion getting a little bit of a battle here. Slurp gaining up on Collusion. Right on him now. It's all down to how he can go through the whoops faster. Slurp staying right there. Not gaining or losing time. It's like there he gained a little bit of time in the whoops. Right on him in the corner. Let's see what he can do in this rhythm section. It's like they're taking different lines. Which line will be faster? Looks like they're equal. If anything, Collusion's just a little bit faster. In front of them, Parker and Artis are battling. Two battles going on at once. Right now, Parker made a little mistake. Looking like Slurp also crashed. Tommy Wack was able to get around him and Collusion able to make his way up to Parker. So that Collusion's going to be able to make a move on the inside. Doesn't quite get around him, but gets right next to him. Can't make it happen, but he is right there now. He gets an insane run to the whoops. Be able to quad in. So Collusion moving up into 5th now. Never mind. So it's like it's still going to be a battle for that position. Parker trying everything he can to get that position back. So that is tough for Slurp right now, because that means that if Slurp wouldn't have made a mistake, he would also be on Parker. So Parker's not letting Collusion get away though. Staying right there, goes off the track, hits some tough block, recovers really nicely. So we got a battle for ninth between Winter and Iowa Hawkeyes. So Winter right there on Iowa Hawkeyes. Looks like he's not really gaining any time though. They're staying right next to each other. Axis up into second now. Pretty far back from Squall A though. Slurp on Parker. Looks like he makes the pass happen. So Slurp moves up into sixth. It's like Ardizzle is still right there on Itaki Drew. Looks like Itaki Drew goes around Axis. So Axis made a few mistakes. He didn't allow Itaki Drew to catch up and get around him. It's like Itaki Drew makes another mistake though. So Dizzle and Axis go around him. Dizzle right on Axis. We did have to go through the LCQ. I forgot to say, but the winner of the main event gets some free item from Motor 247. I don't want to say any false information. I'll actually look to see what they get. So the whole shot, person who got the whole shot, I will go back and check who that was. Forgot to mention it, but they will get a $50 Moto 247 gift card. Moto 247 shop. And the main event winner gets a t-shirt and a hat. Moto 247. So I will go back and we'll look at who got the whole shot. It's like Ardizzle. It's like Axis pulling away from Ardizzle. So Squall A got the whole shot. So Squall A might be getting a $50 gift card and a t-shirt and hat. I'm not sure how they would do that, if he would just be able to choose one reward or if he'd get both. Takes this a win. Axis in second though, still pretty far off. The gap hasn't really changed. It's like Itaki Drew and Dizzle are battling. Itaki Drew gets into Dizzle. Collusion moving up into third. So Collusion just working his way through the pack, being consistent. Like so I can see Dizzle being a little bit mad at Itaki Drew, but that was just racing. Dizzle just slid out and got into them. Squall A still sitting really good in first place. There's almost a four-way battle for second place right now. Third place, my bad. But Dizzle gets back around Itaki Drew. Dizzle slides out again, and Itaki Drew gets into him. So Itaki Drew just keeps on getting into Dizzle when Dizzle slides out. Gotta be pretty frustrated at this point. Parker able to take advantage of it and get around Dizzle and Itaki Drew. So Parker back up into the top 5. Collusion and Slurp have been just working together to move their way up to the pack. Slurp making a move on the inside. makes it happen. So Uncertain moving up into third now. The 10-second gap between them and Axis, and Squale is 10 seconds ahead of Axis. It's like Parker and Artis are still battling. It's like Collusion trying to get back around Slurp after that pass. There's 2 laps left to go. Been a lot of changes in position these last few couple laps. Looks like Axis hasn't been able to really catch up to Squale. Squale's been matching his lap times. It's like Artis was pulled away from Parker and he's catching Slurp and Collusion. It's like he wants that third place position back. Artis will definitely catching him. Collusion goes down and gives Artis that 4th place position on the last lap. So Artis is gonna try to catch up to Slurp. Looking at the timing, Axis is actually catching Squale. The gap was 10 seconds, but it is down to a 7-second gap. Still gonna be extremely tough for him to make anything happen. The Collusion is working on getting Artizzle back. Still in that top 5. The Collusion cased that triple there. It's hockey. You're trying to get around Parker on this last lap to gain as much points as he can. Just recover from bad luck he's had this race. Sitting first and just drop back after a bunch of mistakes. So Squale taking the win. Axis in second. So Squale going 2 in a row now. Axis able to recover pretty nicely, even though not being able to be on his preferred device. Slurp 3rd, Artizzle 4th, Collusion 5th. Looks like Parker was able to hold off Itaki Drew. Tommy Wack able to come around in 8th. Been a very on and off night for him. Some races were good, some races were bad. Pretty insane race. Looks like you got Squale 1st, Axis 2nd, Slurp 3rd, Artizzle 4th, Collusion 5th, Parker 6th, It's Hockey Drew 7th, Tommy Wack 8th, Iowa Hawkeyes 9th, Winter 10th, and It's Vapor in 11th. Not quite sure who disconnected. To go back to see who that is, but thanks everyone for watching, and Squale won the whole shot and the main event. We pretty much led from start to finish. He did win the $50 gift card for the whole shot and the hat and t-shirt. Not quite sure what they're going to do about that. That's going to be in between him, the IOMA admins, and Moto 247. Anyhow, thanks for tuning in to round 5. And we will see you next week.